Kendra Bogan.
Oh, thank you, Ken. Thank you. Give it up for your MC, Ken. Good people. Thank you so much for showing up tonight. You know, it's not about the size of the audience. It's about the quality of the audience. Really, the girth of the audience. You guys have really nailed that. No, it's good to. I really honestly, you know, Ken gets really great shows. It gets filled up, but I thought, you know, we're here in summer, which is normally the best day of the year, but we've gotten 4 days of summer, and I really questioned if people were going to show up tonight. So I'm really thankful that you're here. You guys are all from here? You guys been here the last couple days? How nice was that two nights ago? Was everyone awake during that storm? Like, I fucking ran out the house when that I heard in the rain. I ran out, like, you know, like when Tim Robbins like swims out of Shawshank, and I was like, oh my god, rain! And it only lasted a second, and I was like, no! In a country where it rains all the fucking time, I couldn't believe. I was like, yes, rain! Remember, like just a few weeks ago, we were complaining about how fucking cold it was. We're like, it's so fucking cold. And then, like, the gods are like, really? All right, we'll make it too hot. And we're like, no, not that much. But, no, just me then? Yeah, fuck. But it's nice, because actually my genetics are Italian and Norwegian, and generally I have the Norwegian genetics present. But a few days of sun and my Italian DNA comes out. Yeah. Growing up, my brother used to mock me because my entire family look Italian. Like, they're Italian American, so they all look like they wanted out of a fucking Godfather movie, you know? And their all names like Nicky, Sonny, Mikey, Sammy. And I came out like plump and blonde. And my brother's like, you're adopted. Yeah. And I really want to be because my family is fucking nuts. But then the sun comes out and I get a bit of suntan, so I'm always very grateful for that. How you guys doing? You guys having a good 2019? Yeah. It's really fucking great. I really love this. This is the best year of all the years. This is one of them. I've been asking that question lately. Everyone seems to be, why is 2019 so shit? I mean, we've had a lot more shit years before this year. Like, this one doesn't seem extra shit. I mean, it just seems kind of an average year. Not a whole lot going on in 2019. So why are you guys so down on 2019? No answer? It's going to be a one-way thing tonight, guys? Just going to be me doing all the talking? Fucking hell. That's not what I signed up for. Yeah, 2019, what is this? The 208th day of 2019. How do I know that? Not because I'm fucking Rain Man, but because I did a New Year's resolution to do yoga every fucking day of 2019, and today was day 208. Woo! Yeah, I know, and I'm still this overweight, but I've lost 10 kilos. Yeah. 90 if you include the fact that I'm now single. Thank you for that. She's like, I see what you did there. That's funny. Yeah, no, the original intention, I hadn't intended to do it every day. I just did like dry January, and I was going to do, everyday yoga in January, but my year started kind of shit, to be honest. Like, 5th day of January, my boyfriend comes home from his New Year's holiday, and he's like, hey, we gotta talk. I'm leaving you, and I'm moving out tomorrow. Yeah, and then the next day, the bike broke. She's done. She's like, not the bike! Not anything but the bicycle. That's like a weird laugh. Like, no! Because Dutch people feel about bicycles like the way Americans feel about guns. From my cold, dead hands. Yeah, no, and then it got worse. The day after that, my aunt died. Yeah, so we didn't really down. So I just was like, I decided to fuck it. I'll just do the entire year of yoga. Because I'm just going to do this New Year's. Because I never do New Year's resolutions. I honestly think New Year's resolutions are shit. And no offense if you're totally into them, but I think that's fucking useless. People are all like drunk on December 31st. They're like, I'm totally giving up drinking tomorrow. And then, they give it up for, a day or two because they're already fucking hungover. Actually, I looked this up for this bit. 87% of the people fail at their New Year's resolutions within 8 days. And everyone else by day 12. So New Year's resolutions really don't work. So I'm not trying to make you feel bad that I'm crushing it and you're not. It's not like I'm a vegan. I'm not better than you. Thank you. One guy who's like, vegans, what dicks. So my boyfriend broke up with me for a really ridiculous reason. Anyone here want to share? Anybody have a ridiculous reason why they got dumped? Share with 20 of their closest strangers? No? Nobody wants to share? Are you just raise your hand if you've been dumped for what you think is a ridiculous reason. Just raise your hand. Nobody. Okay, just me. Oh, great. You don't have to, but do you want to share?
Well, yeah, I was just thinking like what's the point?
Take your time. I got 25 minutes. This would be a really fucking awesome set if it just ended right here. You got dumped for being yourself?
Yeah.
That's a pretty shit reason to get dumped, because that's exactly who you're supposed to be in a relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're like...
That what makes it extremely ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. I'm with you. We're going to commiserate after. Can I tell you why I got dumped? Because like a masochist, I would unplug the iPhone charger too loud and let it drop to the ground. Yeah. That was the main reason between that and like dropping a bag in the ground. Apparently he was noise sensitive. You're noise sensitive. You shouldn't date a fucking American. You know? The things that we're known about Americans is that we're quiet and skinny, right? Yes, it's called irony. Thank you. Yeah, no, so that was ridiculous. And then, you know, like I really thought this was the one. Like I thought this was gonna be like it for a long time. Apparently only 6 months. But, living together. But, you know, and then I had to think back, you know, because when you have these relationships that really like fundamentally like work at you and change you, you have to think about why are they ending? What have you done wrong in your life? And then I had to think back about the most ridiculous reason I dumped somebody. And I did it twice in the 20 some odd years I've been dating people. You want to hear it?
Yes.
Thank you for responding, one person. Yeah, so I actually dumped a guy, 2 different guys, because they gave me flowers. That's the reason I dumped 2. Bastards! What assholes! Yeah, and not just because they gave me flowers, you know what I mean? Like, because like, I get it, first date or early times in the relationship, you bring flowers, it's kind of cute. That is not going to get you dumped. But pretty quickly after that, I hint like, hey, I don't really need to get flowers. I don't like getting flowers. And I don't like getting cut flowers. Like, I like plants. You get your plant. One boyfriend planted a raspberry bush. That was super fucking romantic. I blew him a lot more than the rest. But, like, getting cut flowers. Like, you're giving me, like, how long are you supposed to keep cut flowers? Does anyone throw them away at the appropriate moment? Or it's like you put them in the vase and the water gets all murky and then like the leaves and everything starts dripping off and it's like, it's disgusting. And you're like, I should really throw this away now. And you dump the water out and you check the flowers in the bin. And then you go to like remove the trash and the trash bag breaks because you've like waited too long. And then you got fucking trash everywhere. And you can put all the trash in another trash bin. And there's just like 2 plastic trash bins. And now like the fucking turtle out at sea is going to choke. All because some asshole gave you flowers. Like, you wouldn't give me, it's dead. Like, it's not alive. You give me something dead. You wouldn't give me would you give me a dead cat? And be like, you should pet this. A day, 2 tops. And then you really want to throw this cat away. Right? Are you with me? Thank you. Best group I've had all day. So it hasn't been all bad. 2019, because this is the year that I get to become Dutch. Woo! Yeah, that's how white privilege works. Like, kids like, no such thing. No, here's how white privilege works. I am from the US, and Trump became president, and 2 things happened to me. I got a comedic career out of it, and I now get a Dutch passport. That's kind of how white privilege works. Like, my gay friends, my friend of color, back home, they were all like shitting themselves because of the Trump presidency, and I get a passport and a career. How amazing is that? That is white privilege. And I told my Dutch friends that I'm becoming Dutch, and they said, oh, true, you're totally gonna get it. Yeah, you're super direct. And I'm like, dude, that's not how like immigration works, right? Like, you can't like ride a kangaroo into Australia and say g'day. I'm here to become Australian. Like, you can't ride a moose into Canada, do like a shot of maple syrup, apologize for something, and be like, hello, I'm sorry, but I'm here to become Canadian. Like, you can't take your daughter to Austria, lock her in a basement, and be like, hey. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. We can make fun of those countries, because they're all white countries, you know. Maybe somebody wants, you know, you make fun of the non-white countries. You know, but I love stereotypes, you know? It's like, everyone's not the same, and everyone's individual snowflakes. Like, China's a great example. Like, you think you're a fucking snowflake, you think you're, like, remarkable. If you're is so fucking unique, if you're 1 in a million, that means there's 10,000 people in China just like you. And like how I just shattered all your dreams. You're like, that's fucking true. Yeah, so I'm becoming Dutch this year. So I'm originally, I've always given away that I'm originally American, but I'm a special type of American. I'm from Alaska. Yeah, I know, that's the response I get. Like, your parents have sex somewhere, and it's amazing. You know, like, I didn't really do it. But I like being from Alaska. I should say I did like being from Alaska, because I get people like, oh, America, and they're all ready to, like, fight me about America, and then I say, no, I'm from Alaska. They're like, ooh, that's a special kind of place. But Alaska is a special kind of place. Do you know any famous Alaskans? Sarah Palin. Exactly. Sarah fucking Palin. That bitch fucking ruined it for me. Sarah Palin. These are our famous Alaskans. Sarah Palin. I can see Russia from my house. And the other one, and I'm sure you don't know this name, he's an astronaut. Bill, this is going to be totally obscure in case you didn't hear about it, but like we were all ready to be so proud of our Alaskan astronaut, Bill Oliphant. And then like what happened was like he went into space. It was amazing because in Alaska did something nice, and he went into space, and we're gonna like have a ticker tape parade about this amazing Alaskan who did this amazing thing, like go into space. And then it turns out a woman he was fucking drove from like Texas to fucking Florida where they landed because she like wanted to meet up, and she like wore like Depends. She wore diapers. You remember this story? Some of you are laughing, so I think you remember it. And she fucking drove overnight and like peed herself so she could kidnap another woman this guy was fucking. Yeah, that was the guy at the center of it. The Alaskan astronaut was the center of this weird fucking lovers triangle where one woman wore Depends, pissed herself, and tried to kidnap another woman. Yeah, they canceled that parade. So Alaskans are a special breed of human being. But yeah, so Donald Trump becomes president, and I shit you not, the next day I call my lawyer, and I'm like, dude, how do I become Dutch? He goes, it's super fucking easy, man. You just gotta learn Dutch. And I was like, but I'm sorry, I think you misunderstood. I live in Amsterdam. You sure? And he's like, yeah, it turns out even in Amsterdam, you still have to learn Dutch. Weird. But you know what, actually, so who's in the house? Like, any Nederlanders just make some noise for me? Woo. Yeah, they're all so like, woohoo, woohoo. All right, expats, make some noise. Woo, expats in the house. I guess that just leaves immigrants. These are apparently expats who aren't white. Make some... I didn't make up these rules. Are you Turkish? Did I catch that? And you live here? Were you raised here, or you immigrated here, or what's your story?
Last 7 years I lived.
7 years. And are you like fancy? Like, do you have a did you get the 30% ruling?
Yes.
Exactly.
Last year.
30% ruling. And I bet people call you an immigrant, right? As a Turkish man? Right. Maybe.
No,
I'm not...
Yes, no.
Yes and no. Okay, good. I really hope they don't. But in my 15 years of living in the Netherlands, people call me an expat because I'm white. Like, I only moved here because I was a higher education refugee. Like, I couldn't afford to go to school back home. So I came here to get an affordable master's degree, and then I had healthcare. And I was like, that's amazing. I love having healthcare. It turns out it's awesome. But I never had no fucking 30% ruling, so I think by definition that definitely makes me an expat. Because you don't get a 30% ruling for, I came originally to be a musician, which is not exactly I think it's a big, highly skilled thing, but they don't let you pay like 30% off your taxes of like beer tokens you get at gigs. You know, that's just not how that works out. So, but I don't know, like, this is the rules that I didn't make up. But to become Dutch, it's really fucking easy. You learn Dutch. That fan's like, bitch, you're killing it. Right. Apparently it's not a fan. Dad, you're welcome. Fuck you, fan. Anyway, so you learn Dutch, and honestly, is anybody taking the inburgering exam, the immigration exam? Yeah, where are you from? Portugal. Why'd you take the exam? Do Europeans have to do that? You just applied to take it. You're like, oh, okay. So you took the exam because of that. Okay. Oh yeah, cool, fine. And it's fairly easy, right? And like Dutch is not a sexy language. Like Dutch is not a language you shout out when you're orgasming. You're not like "Gezellig," but it's an easy fucking language. But you take these really easy language exams, and then you take a cultural exam. Like you have to be able to answer questions in a cultural way, the way Dutch people would do. And because this cultural exam is Dutch, it's of course racist. Because if you've met the Dutch, a bit racist. In a nice way. In a, hey, we'll put you on stage and let you walk behind this old guy and you can throw candy at the kids kind of way. Anyways, I digress. So you take a cultural exam, and you have to answer this question in the way, like, how would a Dutch person answer this question? So you get a question, and it's a multiple choice, so it's super fucking easy. Here's the question. Mohammed's neighbor Jan, Mohammed's neighbor Jan would like to speak to him about Catholicism. What should Mohammed do? Yeah, what should Mohammed do? Fucking loaded. Answer 1. Punch Jan in the face. Punch him in the fucking face. Now, as an American, I kind of gravitate. I'll be honest, I kind of gravitate to that answer. I'm like, can we put our kids in cages? Answer number 2. Put your hands to your ears and shout, your religion is made up, my religion is the only true religion. Now, I'm an atheist, to be fair. But I happen to know that these two religions do have a bit of a relationship. There's a bit of a, like a series going on. We got Judaism, then we got the reboot, Christianity. And then you think, long dead, there can't be another one in the series. And they just start to roll out Islam. You know what I mean? Like, they're a trilogy. They go together. They do. But anyways, okay, so I go to the third answer. What's the third answer? Listen patiently to what Jan has to say and say thank you. And walk away. Now I've lived here for 15 years. There's one thing I know about Dutch people. They do not listen patiently to some bullshit they do not want to hear. But I answered number 3. And hey, I passed. And in about 3 months, I get to become Dutch. Woo! I'm super excited. So that only leaves my comedy career. Yeah, that launched because of Trump. Yeah. It launched because I'm politically active as an American abroad. I help Americans abroad to vote. Because it's so hard to vote as an American abroad. You literally have to put your name in, the address you live at, and the average you once lived at in America. Yeah, that's how hard it is to vote. But apparently, I have to handhold these fucking Americans through this process. So I do this political organizing, and I was emceeing at the Boom Chicago Comedy Club. Now, I wasn't a comedian at this point. I don't do comedy, but, I don't know if anyone stayed up. Are you guys Americans in the front row? Yeah, were you living abroad when it happened?
I got here on Inauguration Day.
You got here on... Have we met? I feel like I've heard your story before. Oh, you don't remember me? Weird. That's the thing. So we probably didn't meet, but I met somebody else who had arrived on inauguration day. You said so, not the election day. So on the election party, we threw a party at Boom Chicago, 500 people in the audience. Were you there? You were there. Remember we were all so enthusiastic, and it was amazing, and everything was going to be amazing, and all that California has to close, and we're totally going to win it. And it was amazing. And then it got a lot less amazing as the night went on, and so they got fucking depressing. But a few friends of mine in the back were filming me. And they're comedians here in town. They're really pushing me to go onto stage after that. They're like, wow, you played a sold-out show at Boom Chicago. And I was like, no, I'm not a comedian. What would I do? They said, just do what you always do. Just, talk about sex. It's true. He's like, you talk about sex in ways that women I know never talk about sex. You're amazing. You're fantastic. These are words I hear from people that don't have sex with me. If I wasn't married, you'd be the one. I'm 38 and never married. Yeah, so I hear that a lot. So what I do, I get in and I do this, the bit that I'm going to give for you right now. I start talking about sex. Because it's true. I grew up in America. You're American? Any other Americans? And by Americans, I mean, you're American or no? Yeah, cool. Where'd you grow up?
Florida.
Florida. And yourself?
Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota. So, fairly conservative, still Midwestern. Did you grow up the whole, we're Christians, even if you're not Christian, because I'm an atheist, but I still grew up in America. So it was we're Christians. We're going to wait till marriage. We're going to wait until the one. Remember this? It's an American thing. Yes. She's like my friend today. She's like, bitch, I'm a fucking whore. I didn't do it. But that was my whole childhood growing up. Even though I wasn't raised religious and even though I didn't care about anybody's God, I was going to wait until the one. And then what happened? I moved to Germany. It's this hotbed of romance. Any Germans in the house? Oh, yeah, you're half German. Yeah, woo, yeah. So I moved to Germany as an exchange student, and it was amazing because people were beautiful and everything was amazing. And I met this cute German boy, and we did the kissy thing overlooking a castle in Heidelberg. I don't know if you've ever heard this expression, but Heidelberg has a great expression. Ich habe mein Herz in Heidelberg verloren. I have left my heart in Heidelberg. Which is only half true. I kind of left my vagina in Heidelberg because I didn't have sex that night, but I was I'm going to do the sex. I'm going to go home. I'm going to make some sex. And to be fair, I'd actually had sex before, technically, in kindergarten. Not at the school, wait for it. When I was a kid, about 5, 6 years old, I thought that having sex with somebody was sitting on the bed with a member of the opposite sex, with your all the stuff down, like all the outer stuff down, like all underwear and everything down, and then like when your underwear's down, then you pull your trousers back up and then you sit on a bed. I don't know what, I'm assuming my parents told me this, because in my head, that's what I thought the sex was. And this is what I did with my boyfriend Dustin on his birthday party. Yeah, we had sex. It was amazing. And then we heard his mom like bursting in, so we like shy and we ran to the closet and his mom burst through. She's like, "What are you doing?" And after a minute, I'm like, "Sex." She's like, "Go home." And I never saw Dustin again. I know, my first one night stand. Not my last. So I grow up and I get to high school, kind of a frumpy girl. And, you know, like people talk about sex, but like it's the 90s in Alaska and, you know, people aren't doing anything. And, you know, I'm like trying to form like, what is my opinion on sex? What is my opinion on sexuality? Homosexuality is just starting to be talked about. Like Will and Grace is out and everyone's like, "Oh, that's a really hip show. And maybe gays are okay." But nobody comes out in Alaska. And then a friend of mine comes out to me. She's like, "Man, Kendra, I feel like you're really open and you're a really positive person. And I just gotta tell somebody I'm a lesbian." And I was like, "Oh, wow. Well, thank you." I felt really honored. She like told me because I felt like really proud that she felt so comfortable with me to tell me this, especially because I kind of knew at a time when, one, nobody's having sex anyways at all in America, and certainly not having sex with like the same gender. And so I was like really, really proud that like she came to me with this. And then I cut my hair short. And everyone was like, "Oh my God, you came out." And I was like, "What?" Because I didn't know being a bit overweight and having the short haircut meant you were a lesbian. I didn't know that like they had a patent on that. And it's, you know, and I've gone through phases over the years. Like I'm wearing my hair short again. Like I recently got it cut and I went to the hairdresser and I said, you know, because I knew the heat was coming and I wanted him to shave the back just so it'd be really like light and like I wouldn't sweat so much because, you know, I'm fat. But he just went with the buzzers and he just like shaves the side and I was like, "Oh shit." And I was like, "No, man, that's not what I wanted." I went and just like too late. And I was like, "Well, I guess we've already kind of done that. You know, it's growing out a little bit now." But he's like, "Well, what does it really matter? You're a lesbian anyways." I'm like, "What? Like, I'm not a lesbian." You know? I was like, "But I guess I am now." You know, gonna lick some pussy. No, I like, that's the thing, right, about sex. Like, we are so hung up on, like, what does it mean to be whatever sexual being? Like, less so here in the Europe, but it's still kind of get it a little bit. But it's like, who do you have sex with? What do you look like? How do you behave? That means that if you're like this boisterous woman with a big belly and short hair, you must like licking pussy, right? Or if you're like a flamboyantly like, "Hello, French man," you must love sucking cock. Like, this is apparently these cliche stereotypes, and I'm not into that. Because for me, it's like, be who you want to be, fuck who you want to fuck, and like if you want to fuck both genders at the same time, it doesn't fucking matter. You do you. For me, I kind of like penises. Vaginas are complex, man. They're like Rubik's Cubes. Like, fun to play with. Nobody can solve that. Thank you. Penises are like super fucking easy. There's like, bing, bing. You're like, I guess you're turned on. Like, vaginas is like a fact-finding mission. You're like, did it. Ah! You know, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I really do wish. And in some ways, I do wish I was a lesbian because my dad voted for Trump. Yeah. Like, I would love to take like a black Muslim woman home. Like, I would just love it just to make his fucking racist brain explode. But I can't do it because I enjoy cocks when you wash them. Please, gentlemen, wash your penises. I like how this guy's like 6 months out of having a baby. He's like, "You would? No. I mean, in general, you should just wash them. Because then we'll put them in our mouths, it turns out. A lot of people are like, "I don't know why she won't suck my penis off." And you're like, "Did you clean it, like, thoroughly?" Like, people are like, somebody's a critic. You know, as long as you don't clean it, we're not going to fucking suck your cock. But this is the kind of person I am. Like, I talk openly about sex, and I think people should be having more sex. Are you guys having a lot of sex? No. That's why you're at a comedy show on a Saturday night when it's fucking hot and everyone else is off having sex in the canal. I get it. No, but you should be having sex. Like, and maybe not today, but But maybe like, have you had a lot of partners? Anybody like, yeah, I've had a lot of sex. Because I'll admit it. Like, I'm old, so I've had like sex with well over 100 guys, easily, because I've been having sex since I was like 18, and I'm 38. And if it was like 5 dudes a year, which easily is 5 guys a year, because it was like 3 guys in a weekend. But if 5 dudes in a year, I mean, easily 5 dudes in a year, like that's 100. And I just like really stopped counting once I got on Tinder, because man, I just could not keep up. It was just like boom, boom, boom. But and I've been doing this pre-Tinder. Like I used to meet dudes on Craigslist. Like I know, like I am so surprised I haven't been raped and I'm not murdered in a ditch somewhere. Like I'm like, wow, in America. I was like, I should really be dead. But I'm alive. And I have lots of sex, and I think people should have sex. And sometimes as an American, fellow Americans, and not anybody in this room, but like back home, like, oh, you're not moral because you don't know the name of everyone that you have sex with. And I'm like, really? That's funny, because we have different opinions on morality, right? Me and my fellow Americans. Now, I'm a tour guide here in Amsterdam. If you live here, do you guys know the Condomery over in the red light district? You got super excited. You're like, Condomery, I love that place. I get my Finding Nemo on. I'm like, Nemo in, Nemo out. That bitch wants to scale Big Ben. Nice. Oh, you have on my tours? Aw, was it any good or was it shit? And he's like, yeah, it was alright. About like this, like, mildly entertaining. Thank you. So in the Condomery, I was once, talking about like these novelty condoms that exist there, like a Nemo, like a Big Ben, like a windmill, as you do, right? An American who was not on my tour decides to put herself on my tour. And she says, oh my gosh, these novelty condoms, they're so adorable. My Dutch friends were telling me they let their kids play with these novelty condoms. And I thought, there's a difference between a Dutch person and an American. In America, we'd never let a kid play with a condom. I went, yeah, that's right, you give him a gun. Yeah, she didn't like that as much. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like, especially my fellow Americans, but in general, I think we should be way more fucking up about having sex. And like I said, you guys looked at me and you're like, man, that fat bitch is having over 100 partners? Like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I don't even eat cheeseburgers. And I get it. Eat the fucking cheeseburger. Because it turns out the clitoris isn't here. I know it's hard. You didn't know this, but it's down here. And that's a better place for it. But anyways, like, enjoy yourself. This guy's rock and roll. This is what I think. Like, I'm not actually a comedian. Like, Ken just gives me some time. I'm an activist. Like, I just come up here. I'm like, you know what's moral? Blowing people off. You know what's not moral? Dropping bombs on kids in the Middle East. So this is my initiative. I call it Blowjobs Without Borders. I hope you'll join me. Thanks, guys. That was my time.
Yay! Turn it up. Kendra is also available for children's parties.